Hello everyone, welcome back to another Watchin. Today we're finally going to take a look at the watch I received from Ballast. Before we get to that, we'll do a quick wrist check. You'll see that I am wearing the CCCP Sputnik watch. I do need to do a follow-up on this one, so stay tuned. Hopefully it's coming soon so you can get a little bit more information on that. Now, let's take a look at what we've got today. So some of you guys that follow me have probably seen this watch turn up a whole bunch of times since the box opening. We'll do a quick look at the tags. So this is the actual specific model number for this one. It is a BL-3135-03. So this is the Ballast Trafalgar. And it gets its name from the Trafalgar class submarines. And because of that, it has a lot of really cool mechanical cues throughout, including there's a submarine on the buckle, which I think is pretty nice in itself. So this particular Trafalgar is a titanium 47mm case. It has the canteen lock, and it has ballast patented technology on how to wind and set the time using the bezel. So we'll get into that in a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and pull it off the pillow. Now, I know, like I said, some of you guys have seen this pop up in a bunch of videos because I have hardly taken this thing off since I've gotten it. I will say, it came in a nice box. I know not everyone cares about the watch box, but it's nice to have a little bit of presentation. So it has a very cool multi-layered dial, and you can see, like I said, it looks very mechanical. It's got exposed screws. We've got applied indices as well as, some of the indices are floating, which gives it a really, really cool look. You've got the Ballast logo on the second hand itself with some red accents. Now, on this titanium case, it almost has a little bit of a texture that looks a little bit sandblasted, and it is ionic plated in anti-copper for the color, but it gives it a really cool bronze look to it. Now, the Ballast patented technology as far as being able to wind the movement, set the date, and set the time is all done with the bezel. So you can actually manually wind this movement by rotating the bezel counterclockwise. And once you remove the canteen lock, you've got this push button here. With one push, rotating counterclockwise allows you to change the date. You can see it going away there. So with that second push of the button, it actually allows you to set the time. Now, it takes a little bit of finesse to get used to, because you're so used to using a crown to set the time. So it's hard to get exact. So you really have to kind of practice with it. I almost think that is one of the coolest aspects of this watch. When people ask me about this watch, that's one of the first things I show them is how cool that technology is that they're using for the winding of the movement, the date setting, and obviously the setting of the time. Now we move around to the back. See, we have a display case back, and it has what I would almost think looks like a submarine propeller for the rotor, which is pretty cool. You can see that it also says this one has sapphire crystal on the back. Not sure how well those lettering's coming through on the camera, but pretty cool. And this one is water resistant, 100-meter water resistant. Now, a couple different sites, including Ballast. So Ballast site says this movement is just a Japan automatic 3-hand skeleton, which isn't the most information. I saw a couple sites say that they thought this was a 90-15 movement, and a couple that said they thought it was the Miyota 821A, which I think it actually is the 821A. I say that because if it was the 90-15, it would actually be, so I just pushed the button so it was all the way out, like we were going to set the time, and the second hand's still ticking. So it's not a hackable movement. So the 90-15 movement is hackable. The Miyota 821A movement is not hackable. This one does, however, if it is the 821A, has 21 joules and a 42-hour power reserve. I'm going to go ahead and throw it on wrist really quick so you can see what this one looks like on my roughly 7-inch wrist. All right. Now, you know, 47 millimeters is pretty large for me. You can see still have plenty of room if you have a bigger wrist. There's that cool submarine on the buckle again. And let's see what it looks like. It's definitely large on my wrist. I like it though. I think the fact that the lugs actually curve down a little bit don't make this watch feel as large as it actually is. And people ask about this one constantly. We're going to go dark really quick and take a look at the Loom. Here we are in the dark, and you can see that Loom is already glowing, and that's just from being under my lights. We're going to hit it with my black light and see how bright we can actually get it. Man, that is pretty solid Loom. You know, it looks like the hands are dying out a little bit quicker, but pretty cool. And I like the way that the Loom on those floating indices looks, because, you know, when you tilt it, get a little angle, you can see underneath. It just has a really cool look to it. Well, here we are back in the light, and my final thoughts on the Ballast Trafalgar Tireless. I love this thing. I wear the crap out of it. I love this big, thick horween leather strap. I mean, I think the more I wear it, the more it ages, the cooler it's going to end up looking. You know, it's a automatic movement. It's titanium. It's light for as large as it feels, as it is. It's, you know, oh, I don't think I said it's 14.5 millimeters thick, but it really doesn't feel like you're wearing this giant heavy piece. So if you go to their site, this particular model of the Trafalgar is $750. Now they do have a ton of variations on the Trafalgar, starting as low as $490, and I think I saw some up in the $1,100–1,200 range that had meteorite dials and were just super, super cool. I really like this piece. I would love to know what you guys think of this one. There is a promo code for my followers, my viewers, for Ballast. If you check in the notes below, I also have promo codes for Spinnaker and Aviate. If you do like the Ballast and want to check out some of their other models, definitely use my promo code in the notes below and save yourself a little money. I think this thing is really cool. Let me know what you guys think of this one in the comments below. As always, guys, thanks for watching.